going on, YouTube? It's your boy Seth the Line Surgeon, and today I'm going to be talking about Jobber. Jobber is something that has changed my business completely and made me way more efficient. So I was super excited when I got to hook up with them. I was supposed to make a video like last month. But you know me, Mr. Procrastination. But two things I want to talk about was one thing that someone brought up to me and asked me about was Triple D. Triple D Acts was their program that I knew about that you can have employees and I guess coordinate employees with. Jobber. I coincidentally used to use Jobber a couple years ago when I had BJ and Clay, those who watched my channel back then, 2017, 2016. When I had BJ and Clay working with me, I used to use Jobber with that. I'm going to get into that, but the first thing I want to talk about is the thing that I love about Jobber the most is the electronic invoicing system. Now, I know I talked about it a little bit in my other Jobber video, but I wanted to go into more detail about how it just makes you look more professional. Let me give you all this story, because you know I'm long-winded. You know I like to talk. So let me take a little sip. I'm drinking water, by the way. I know what y'all thinking. Anywho, so whenever I meet a customer, and I'm sure you guys go through this situation, first when you're finishing up that conversation, you schedule, hey, I'm coming out to cut your grass, see you on Saturday. One question that the customer always asks is, how do you take your payments, or what kind of payments do you take? And I done said this spiel a whole bunch of times, and it has changed since I got Jobber. But what I used to say, because I used to have to swipe, so I used to try to sound all professional. I say, I take everything. I take cash, checks, and cards, credit cards. The only thing I don't take is the IOU. I don't need that. Anywho, so that made the customer say, okay, cool, you can pay with credit cards. But the inconvenience thing about that was the fact that I still had to have it. Sometimes I would forget it. Sometimes because I would leave it in my other vehicle or whatever, and I wouldn't have it, and I'll have to come back to the house and still swipe it. The thing about Jobber is basically it kind of turns you into an actual bill. You have to think about that. People pay all their bills online now. You know, well, most people. Some people still write checks and mail them. Most people pay all the bills online. So when I have that same conversation with a customer, a new customer, and they say, how do you take your payments? I don't even say cash, check, credit card, and all that. I try to direct them directly to my Jobber invoice system. The reason being, I'll say, okay, I'll tell them, well, I have an electronic invoicing system. All I need you to do is text me your full name, your address, and your email address, and I will build a profile for you in my invoicing system. And every time I come out to do a job for you, whether it's cutting, whether it's hedging, I will send you an invoice on, through your email, and you can pay it online at your leisure. The reason why this has made me so efficient and the rate of me not getting paid has gone down sufficiently because you're turning yourself into one of their bills. You gotta think about that. Everything's going online nowadays, right? So a person is gonna sit back at a certain time of the month. They're gonna be like, all right, did I pay my electric bill? Did I pay my water bill? Did I pay my lawn bill? Did I pay my trash bill, pickup bill? Did I pay, my credit card bill? You're just going to fall in line with all those other online payments. You know what I mean? Versus, pay cable online, pay water online, pay electric online, and then now I gotta write out a check for this old school, old fashioned lawn care guy. You know what I mean? So I get paid more efficiently. You know what I mean? And like I said, this video I want to go into more detail about how it has made me efficient, because one thing it ties in perfectly with your scheduling. All right, so now we're at that point where that customer, I said we're gonna meet on Saturday. I'm gonna make a profile for them. I'm gonna send them a, you know, online invoice after that job. So now I go back to the house, I get on my computer, I set up that profile for that person, I create a job for them. It could be a one-time job where I just go in to cut their grass that time, or it could be a scheduled job. Say I'm gonna cut their grass not every Saturday, I'm gonna cut their grass on Saturday every 2 weeks. Or I can say I'm gonna cut it every week, Monday and Thursday. You know what I mean? You can set it up however you want to, and you can repeat it. So on that Saturday when I go to my calendar to remind you, I just added him to the rest of the people I have to cut on that Saturday. And so, you know, I have all these 10 jobs, cuts I gotta do, right? So once I finish each cut, I click complete. When I click complete, it prompts me to create an invoice. And now this invoice is going to be basically pre-set up, and it looks different to you than what they get. You can have presets of mowing, but I really don't have the presets of mowing, because as you know, the mowing could be different prices. But if you're in a business, you know, because this program is meant for people in different businesses. But if you're in a business where whatever your preset rate is for that job, it can be that. And so for mine, it's just blank. I just fill it in, you know, $45, $50 or whatever. And once I got all that set up, I click send email to customer. This prompts me to a new screen that has a pre-worded email. Now Jobber automatically creates an email for me, but I can go in and I adjusted it, which I did mine. I adjusted it to my wording, how I wanted to say. So now every time I click email customer, this pre-worded email come up. Thank you for using Cephalon Surgeon for your services on 5/15/2019 of $55, and on and on and on. You know how, you know, I have my address in there and different other informations. If you put a late fee, and then you can set it to how long you want this invoice to go. And so then it has another screen where you have all your overdue invoices, all your awaiting to be paid invoices, and all your paid invoices. So you can keep track of it that way. And so it makes it so much easier, especially now that I'm going full time. It helped me out when I was part time, but it definitely is going to help me out when I'm full time, because each day I'm cutting, you know, 9 to 10 yards eventually. But I'm gonna be cutting 9 to 10 yards, right? And I gotta get these yards. I mean, I can't worry about invoices at that moment. I just gotta send them out, and then at the end of the month I can go check to see who paid. It just pays them, you know, and it goes straight to your account in like 2 days. You know what I mean? Boom, money dropping in your account. Boom, boom, boom. And for the customer on their side, what they're seeing is they get this email with the wording that you have, then they get an attachment with an actual official invoice. So especially if you're doing business with an actual commercial company, they can print that out and put that in their records. It just makes you look so much professional. And then not only that, they can see all the invoices that they have paid, or all the invoices that are open that they haven't paid. They can just click the button at the top, and they can go through their invoices, their past invoices, see how much they've been paying you. Also, what I've heard from my customer is that once they put their credit card information in once, it's in there. So the next time I send them an invoice, they click the pay now button on the invoice, and then if they've already paid before, they don't have to sit there and put all the information in again. They just click the button. So it's just that easy. They can pay their invoice, boom, boom. And another thing, I don't really tell my customers this because I don't want them to know, but, well, I mean, I don't care if they know, but it saves once a customer pays with a credit card, it saves it on your end. So technically, you can go, if you have an agreement with the customer, you can charge their card. But the reason I don't do that and the reason I stay away from that, there's two reasons. Number one, I don't want that responsibility. I feel like that puts more responsibility on me because it puts more responsibility on me because now that person could accuse me of trying to charge their car when I wasn't supposed to, and it gives me more responsibility in the fact that I'm already busy enough sending out invoices. I don't need to have to worry about charging your card. If you can just pay it, pay it with whatever card you want to, and it'll get paid that way. So that's how I feel about that. All right, moving on to employees. Okay, so the way I had to set up for BJ was the first person I set up. I basically got an email from BJ, put in his name, and I sent an invite to his email, right? Then I told BJ to download the Jobber app. Once he downloaded the Jobber app on his phone, he signed in, and on the app, he goes to his schedule. So say me and BJ are going out to cut Saturday, right? And we had 10 yards to cut on Saturday. When BJ opened his app up, went to his schedule Saturday day, he will see those 10 yards, right? But say hypothetically, I had other stuff to do. Say I had 5 things to do on Friday. So when BJ looked at his schedule on Friday, he wouldn't see anything. He will only see what he had to do, what I scheduled him for. So he will see Saturday. So then say when Clay was working for me, say me and BJ went out to cut 10 yards on Saturday, me and Clay going out to cut 5 yards on Sunday. So Clay would look on Saturday, his schedule would be wide open. He look on Sunday, he see 5 yards. And BJ look on Sunday, he won't see anything. You get what I'm saying? So that's how the scheduling works. And you could give them different levels of control. You can give them the control to check off the job. So say you sending somebody out without you, you can give them the control. I haven't reached that level in my business yet, so most of the time I would just send them out. They have the jobs in there, and mind you, with the app, right, it's so awesome. When I create that profile, like I said, it has a phone number in it, and it has a address in it, right? So, and it doesn't matter what kind of phone you have. I have an Android, BJ had an Apple, I forget what Clay had. But, so say I sent both of them out to do some jobs for me, like I did a couple years ago. If they got lost and they couldn't find the house, they opened up their schedule and they would click the job that they're trying to get to. Mr. Jones. Click Mr. Jones, it opens up their profile. His address, his phone number's already in there. If they want to try to find where he lived, they can click this address and it will open up their Google Maps or whatever Apple has. And now they get directions navigated straight to the house, right? If they still couldn't find it, in the profile, it has the phone number for them. You get what I'm saying? So that's why, like I said, it takes a while. The longest part of this jobber is setting up the initial setup, having to get all the phone numbers. But it's become second nature to me. Like right now, like I gotta make a profile for somebody that I just got yesterday. I just tell them, hey, send me your full name, email, address, boom. I stick them in, put them on my schedule, and we rolling. And so, yeah, so that's what it is. I hope to help some people. Nice little 15-minute video. Anywho, stay tuned. We got more information coming. I want to do more detailed videos about Jobber. Let me know if y'all have any questions in the comments. If y'all want me to make any videos about any other subjects, let me know. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe. Stay tuned. Yes, sir.